Now, I know that it's unhelpful to tell you, hey, write something smart and interesting. So, I put together 10 moves for how to take any topic and write about it in a smart and interesting way. These moves aren't designed to make you sound smart, because each move requires you to do work, to look something up, to think hard and find a connection, to create something new. And that's why you get credit for them. They prove to a skeptical admission reader that you don't just sound smart, you are smart. Move 1, origin. Here's the move. Discuss the origin of anything you find interesting or important. Origin is one of the best ways to show IV, because only an intellectually curious person takes the time to investigate where something comes from. Let's check it out in action. Let's say you're interested in the phrase lost generation. Here's what a competitive applicant writes. I'm fascinated by the way wars affect different generations. World War I produced the lost generation. World War II produced the greatest generation. How does a whole generation of citizens get cast aside as lost or lionized as greatest? I'd love to dig into these questions as a history major. Not bad. There's IV there. It's a nice connection, a fine way to show a budding historian in the making. But this response just begs the question, where do these names come from? This author failed to run the extra lap after practice. It's not a hard lap. You want to be compelling? Let's run it. Go to the origin. Here's what a compelling applicant writes. The story goes that Gertrude Stein dubbed the boys who fought in France the lost generation, but that's not quite true. She's to blame, but she's not the source. The real poet who damned a generation was a Parisian garage owner. He flung the condemnation, "You are all a lost generation," at a young mechanic after Stein huffed and puffed about not having the ignition on her Model T fixed fast enough. Historians live on primary sources and treat literature as dessert, but we only know this because Hemingway told us so in Movable Feast. Now you're on a different level because you're doing history. And you can do this. All it takes is doing some research into the origin story of anything. Watch, it doesn't have to be something IV like Lost Generation. You can do it with fun topics too. And I'm going to prove it to you by picking 2 bizarre topics that couldn't be more different. First, spam. Then, the bikini.